What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lightworker, and today we're talking about something that I believe can change your entire life, and that's what I call the warrior's path. Discipline over destruction. It's a big one. It's a big one indeed. Okay? This message is for anyone who's been through hard times, whether you've grown up around violence, addiction, poverty, betrayal, crime, being a target individual, being scapegoated, any kind of hardships, that have molded you into a stronger person. This is for you. Okay? Whether you've grown up around, like I said, violence, addiction, poverty, betrayal, or you've simply had to fight your way through life, this is for you. I made this for you. Okay? A lot of people think spirituality is soft. I disagree. Real spirituality is one of the hardest paths you'll ever have to walk, because it demands discipline. It demands honesty. It demands accountability. It demands that you conquer the one person standing between you and greatness, yourself. That's the warrior's path. Our mission is simple: awaken, align, ascend. The street teaches us survival, no doubt. The streets teach us how to survive. They teach us how to stay alert. They teach us what's good and what's not good for our people, ourselves, in a confusing sense. One aspect is teaches you how to read people, read situations, how to protect yourself, never give up. Those lessons can build resilience, but survival isn't supposed to become a permanent identity. Okay? It's a part of your journey. But survival is a destination that you eventually come. I'll say that again. Survival is part of your journey, but you arrive at a destination during your survival where you no longer want survival, you want peace. And you want to give peace to the people that have helped you survive. And it's very hard to figure out what's the right path to take surrounding that nature. Once you come to this crossroad, do I want to stay in survival mode, or do I want peace for me and my people? Yeah? This is the difference between a warrior and a king. A true king. Not one of them reptilian fucks. Okay? Not one of them elitist dogs. A true king. A true emperor. A true man or woman that knows what's best for them and their people, and puts that into practice on a daily basis to make it a reality for them and their people. Okay? Now, all those lessons build resilience, but survival isn't supposed to become your permanent identity. When you're always living in survival mode, say that again. When you're always living in survival mode, your nervous system never rests. You're always expecting betrayal. Always expecting someone to disrespect you. Always expecting another fight. Eventually, that survival mindset becomes a prison. You stop living. You simply react. That's why so many gangsters are demonized, because of how they've, learned how to survive. The laws of man are very different to the laws of the universe. Very different. And I'm not condoning crime. Not one bit. But I do understand why criminals do crime. I do understand why. I myself have done crime in the past to survive, because I was in survival mode. But I made this for warriors, street, self-taught, gangsters and whatnot. Any individual that has suffered hardships and is tired of surviving and wants peace now in their life. I made this for you. Okay? The warrior's path is about breaking free from that prison. Oh, yes. Okay? The strongest person is the one who can control themselves, not the one who dominates the room, not the one who makes everyone else feel fear and then they misread that as respect. Because fear and respect are two very different things. The strongest one in the room is the one who controls themselves. That's how you earn respect. True respect. It's not by scaring people. It's by working with people and helping people raise themselves up. That's true self-respect in action, which is self-control. Not becoming aggressive in a situation where you might think that that's needed. Violence is never actually needed in a situation. Violence is a reaction to an inability to control oneself. And violence comes from fear, believe it or not. Violence comes from fear. Okay? When you're disrespected, you fear what others will think of the disrespect you just had to sit through. And you're like, fuck that, you get violent. And I understand that. I've been in that situation before. I have acted out in the past. It doesn't serve me today. It does not serve me today. And generally, it got me in prison. Yeah? It got me in prison. Now, today, I don't act out in violence. Violence is not a part of my daily behaviors and my daily functions. I do not resonate in violence anymore. Because it does not serve me. It does not serve me or other people. And if it doesn't serve, then it should not be done. You know? Okay, so people often think strength is about intimidation. Like I said, it's not. Real strength is emotional control. And emotional regulation is ascension. Real strength is keeping your word. Real strength is walking away when your ego wants revenge. I'll say that again. Real strength is walking away when your ego wants revenge, brother or sister. 100%. Real strength is protecting your family. No matter what. No matter what, you protect your family. And not everyone that's blood is your family. And not everyone that's not blood is not your family. You choose who your family is. You choose your soul tribe. And you resonate with them on a spiritual level, and that is your family. Okay? I'm not saying that all your family members aren't your family. I'm not saying all your friends aren't your family. What I'm saying is you choose that. Yeah? By having boundaries, by having discipline, having self-love and love for others and compassion for others. That's how we create our family. Okay? Real strength is building something that outlives you. Your legacy. When you're gone, ask yourself this: what do you want to leave behind in the minds of others that have been around you or others that have come to know your deeds? Yeah? Anyone can lose control. Anyone can lose control. Very few people can master themselves. The warrior doesn't let emotions make his decisions. He learns to pause, or she learns to pause. She or he thinks. Then he or her acts. That's power. That's responding, not reacting. That's power. Okay? Now, to awaken. To awaken means becoming aware. Ask yourself, who am I? Who am I becoming? Are my daily habits building my future or destroying it? What beliefs have I accepted without questioning them? Always question your beliefs. Always. And always be open-minded to taking on new beliefs and restructuring your mental belief structures. Staying open-minded, staying honest, open-minded, and willingness is a big part of the warrior's path. I'm going to keep going with this because you can resonate with my energy. You know what I mean? I'm not going to change this up just because I stumbled on a fucking word. I'm going to keep this going. All right. So listen. What pain am I still carrying? That's a big one, yeah. What pain am I still carrying? Awaken begins with honesty. You cannot change what you refuse to. You cannot change what you refuse to see. Aligning. Alignment means your actions match your values. If you say family matters, show up for your fucking family. If you say health matters, take care of your fucking body. If you say peace matters, stop feeding unnecessary fucking drama. Every decision either pulls you closer to your purpose or further away from it. Straight up. Aligning is choosing your higher self over your lower impulses. Every single day. Every single fucking day. Ascending. Ascending doesn't mean becoming perfect. It means becoming better than yesterday. One better decision, one better habit, one better conversation, one better workout, one better act of kindness. Small victories repeated every day become a completely different life. That's how warriors are built. It's the ability to go through hardships and control yourself. Maintain that act of kindness and compassion no matter the pain you're currently under, no matter what you're carrying. You still move like a soldier. You still move with that creed. And we all know wrong from right. Unless there's something really wrong with your fucking mind, you know wrong from right. Yeah? And we can justify whatever we want, but at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, I'm telling you straight up, we know wrong from right. And doing the right thing always creates better things in our life because it's the right thing. Doing the wrong thing always eventually creates bullshit in our life because it's a bullshit thing to do. And we can be misguided. We can be deceived, 100%, which can lead to us doing wrong. But if it's an intentional wrong, we know what we're doing. So I'm trying to, cut through the bullshit. I'm a gangster, always have been a gangster, but now I'm a spiritual gangster. Yeah? And I'm trying to create an understanding for all them gangsters, all them warriors, all them street self-taught hoods, all them cats that I resonate with, I got love for, my people, my fucking people. That there's a better way. We don't need to create traumas in other people's lives because we're angry at their gangs or what they've done or their intentions. Fuck their intentions. Fuck their gangs. Fuck their bullshit. It's about us and our people. And as people, we must teach our people how to survive the street so that they can find peace, not how they can find war with other gangs. Straight up. I'll tell you something about me. I didn't go to war with other gangs. I had a fair few gangs try to set me up, try to frame me, try to take me out, no doubt. Organised crime gangs, cyber criminal syndicates, the whole bang, baby. It didn't faze me one bit. I was more concerned about the CIA and the federal police trying to fucking frame me. I was more concerned about an international sex cult trying to make me destiny swap with them so they didn't have to take ownership of their crimes. Fuck this post-Cold War. My streets have more heart than that shit. My people, you're all my people. If you're a gangster, if you've been through hardships, if you've been down in the dumps, had shit thrown on you, been through hell, you know what it's like. It means you've got a lot of heart. It means you have the ability to teach your people, your gangs, your local postcode group, how to find peace, how to raise people up, how to give service back to people in situations that are struggling, how to become a positive influence in our society instead of worrying about who's selling the most amount of drugs and who's got the biggest criminal syndicate going and who's got... Fuck all that shit. That serves us nothing. You can't take that with you when you're gone. And if you keep doing that shit, you'll be gone a lot quicker than you want to be gone. That's the truth. Huh? So small victories repeated every day become a completely different life for yourself and your people. That's how warriors are built, to rise above the illusions of the matrix and give in to greed, Rise above that shit, see a higher perspective, and still move forward with kindness, compassion, love in your heart, and the willingness to help people, no matter the hardships you are carrying yourself. Because the best way to get over a situation or find a solution to a situation is to help someone else with their situations. Okay? Daily warrior routine. Here we go, peoples. Here's a challenge for the next 7 days, yeah? Wake up with intention. Wake up with positive intention that's for the greater good and harm to none. Spend 10 minutes in silence or meditation. Move your body every day. Feed your mind with something positive. Practice gratitude. Help someone without expecting something back. Before you go to sleep, ask yourself, did I live like a person I'm trying to become today? Or did I feed an egoic facade I'm trying to portray to the world today? If the answer is no or yes, it's okay. Just take that in, because the next day it will make you more present in order to be more on the side of doing things that live in your authentic self. No one is authentically a piece of shit. No one is authentically wanting to kill other people unless there's something really wrong with their brains. Straight up. Okay? I understand anger. I understand rage. I understand having horrible things done to you that you had nothing to do with, that you had no part in, and you had to face that shit by yourself because of how many motherfuckers want to get away with putrid shit. I understand that. I've been through that. Came out the other side unscathed, unharmed, because I'm a fucking warrior. Yeah? And I don't need to sugarcoat shit. This is straight up reality. It's just breaking through the matrix of illusion to bring you reality on tap. Yeah? So for real, it's not about having to be perfect. Everyone makes mistakes, and it takes a long time for old habits to change. It's progress, not perfection. But it starts from looking from within and knowing, feeling your soul's purpose, feeling your heart, and knowing. My ancestors. I'm an Australian-born man. My ancestors are from New Zealand. Yeah, when New Zealand, my ancestors taught me. Okay, when we truly embrace our spiritual nature, and we embrace our heart's truth, we move with intention for compassion. We move with intention to help others. We move with intention to create harmony and peace in our and other people's lives. And we protect ourselves and our people. And utilizing the strength of your spirit is a form of activating and utilizing your mana, as Maoris call it, yeah? And that is a very powerful thing to do. And it's not just New Zealanders can activate mana. No way. No way. That's a universal gift given to humanity. Okay? It's magic. And magic is moving in a spiritual way of being. Because everything is spiritual whether we believe it or not. And every time we take matters in our own hands in a negative way, all that creates is negative results for us and our people. Cause and effect. Law of attraction. Yeah? Now, what I really want to get through to my people is for a long time we've been misguided. For a long time we have been separated into little groups. But we're all one. We're all one because we make a stand saying we don't stand for this bullshit thing called man's law. We stand for a thing. If we awaken spiritually and align ourselves spiritually, we'll come to understand we stand for a thing called universal law. And I'm not talking about the occult, creepy universal law that's about how to manipulate energy and do all this shit. I'm talking about the true universal law that allows you to manifest, that allows you to be aligned with your highest purpose, to be in connection with the universal consciousness, to raise your frequency. So you're not doing low frequency shit and letting your people become low frequency as people on this planet. Because that all results in negative, horrible trauma on trauma on trauma. No one wants trauma. Trauma builds strength if you work through it, or it builds fragmentation in your mind and your soul if you don't work through it. Okay? This is reality check 101. It's time for a change. It's time for every gangster, every street cat, everyone that believes themselves to have their own way of being and not conform to the matrix and the man-made laws involved with the matrix, to understand this truth. Gangsters and criminals are not bad people. They're people trapped in a state of survival. I want to break those people out of survival mode so they can find fucking peace. Let that resonate. I want peace for my people. I want truth to be heard for my people. I want everyone that's ever had to endure traumas to feel like they have a voice. I want everyone that's kept in the darkness to find the light. I want everyone that feels trapped to be free. And that means seeing it from a higher perspective. You know, you don't understand this the criminal world, the underground. I get it. The underworld, yeah? All good. Respect to all the kingpins and all the big players in that scene. Respect. But you must understand there comes a point in your life where you're no longer doing things in survival mode to survive while feeding the majority of those ill-gotten gains to the governments, right? Because we know how the underworld works. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you fucking know. Yeah? I want to break through that shit so that I can raise my people, which is every gangster, every street cat, everyone that's ever endured hardship, everyone that doesn't conform to society's norm. Yeah? Every psychic, neurodivergent, spiritually gifted individual, chosen ones, starseeds, earth angels, criminals, gangsters, light workers. You're all a part of the same structure. I'll tell you something that will baffle you right now. You know why? Because universally, everyone is one. We are all the same. We are all a percentage of God having an earth experience in a human body. And I want us all to come together so that we can create a spiritual revolution. Because violence will not solve the problem. And the separation between the elites and the people in government and power and the people in poverty and the people doing crime and avoiding the man-made law, yeah? See, all these people in poverty, they're my people. I came from poverty. I came from crime. I came from drug addiction. I came from hardship. I came from homelessness. I came from toxic relationships. I came from being gang stalked, from being almost set up, from being bullied, bashed, betrayed. I've been through it all, brothers and sisters. And today is the start of something big. Because today is the day the world will start to see how strong we are as one. I'll tell you something, my heart will, I'm New Zealand. I was born in Australia, but my ancestry is New Zealand Indigenous, okay? My heart goes out to every Indigenous country and people of the Indigenous, people of that country that were fucking, just robbed. Such a huge amount of atrocities that were created by our current first world government and the New World Order. Yeah? Horrible atrocities. Unspeakable atrocities. My heart. But the thing, I'll tell you something. I come from one of the hardest suburbs, one of the most gangster suburbs in Sydney, okay? And I'll tell you something. I grew up there. I resonated with all the peeps. Most of my friends are Indigenous brothers. Straight up, yeah? So I resonate with them on a heart level, a soul level. Yeah? But everyone is my peoples as long as they choose to become one as a people. Your name, your gender, your race, your spiritual beliefs, your job, what you do is not who you are. That's a behavior. That's not the whole of you. Your background, your personal belief structures, they're not who you are. They're parts of you, yes, but they're not the whole of you. And I'll tell you, while we stay in these small groups, yeah, these small criminal syndicates, these small cultural groups, these small sexual identity groups, these small political groups, what we do is allow the people in power to stay with their little puppet hands like this, dividing us, and controlling both sides, making the money off us. That's the problem. We need to stop separating ourselves from everyone else and be one. Be one. Yeah? Now just remember, like I said, if you can't improve every day, that's okay, but make the effort to attempt to. And keep attempting it, because it will work for you if you just keep trying. The difference between success and failure is the knowledge of how to succeed. Success is failing so many times you fucking succeed. So never think that failing is a flaw. Failing is part of success. This is how it works. Do you know how many times I've failed before I stopped using drugs? Do you know how many times I failed before I stopped having the government gang stalk me and attempt to frame me? Do you know how many times I failed in the attempts to not be homeless? Do you know how many times I failed in the attempts to create a relationship with partners that were toxic like I was at the time, that didn't work out? So many fucking times. Uncountable fucking times. But failure does not mean that you failed. It means you failed that one time. Get the fuck back up. Put your big man or woman pants on and try again. But don't try the same fucking thing, because that didn't work last time. You got to make changes, constant changes, adapt. And if you're from the streets, that's no problem for you. We know what the streets are like. We know how that rolls, you know what I mean? It's adapt. That's, you know what I mean? You either adapt or you die on the streets. Yeah? And I'll tell you what. I've been through so much in my life to get me to this point. And my ambition for everyone that hears this is to not get another fan, is to not have another following, is to not influence gangsters. It's nothing like that. It's about helping people learn to awaken, align, ascend, and stop living in the fucking matrix. Yeah? This channel I've created is not fucking about me. Everything I mention on this channel I've already done. This is about helping other people. Because we're all one. And I want the world to be a better place for my children when I have them. I want the world to be a better place after I'm gone. And I want to leave a spiritual legacy so people can help other people awaken, align, and ascend. That's my intention. It's nothing to do with me. It's just my highest purpose here. And I will succeed. So what I'm saying, if you're a gangster, if you're from the street, if you suffered hardships, if you're a chosen one, a targeted individual that has been gang-stalked, a light worker that has awakened and searching for spiritual understanding, a star seed, you know, an earth angel, you know, this is for you. I made this for you. And this has come from the heart. Because you are all my whānau. And in case you don't know, whānau means family. Yeah? Because we're all one. The world doesn't need more hate. And the world doesn't need more rulers. The world doesn't need more ego. The world doesn't need more illusions. It doesn't need more people trying to prove how tough they are. It doesn't need more people trying to prove how powerful they are, or how much they control, or how rich they are. It needs disciplined men and women. People who turn pain into wisdom. People who choose power over chaos. Purpose over chaos. People who build instead of destroy. That's the warrior's path. Remember, every day you have a choice. You can stay trapped by yesterday, or you can awaken, align, and ascend. I'll see you next video. Peace.